Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shining Brighter. My name is Nick, and guys, I got to tell you, this couldn't have worked out better for this video. Today's topic is about love, and it is truly remarkable because I am experiencing something that I can't even describe right now. When I was 17 years old, which was a while back, I met my true soulmate. I knew it even then. Um, just the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. And she approached me, which to me at the time was absolutely crazy, given that I was, just dumbfounded at how beautiful she was. We were young, there wasn't a care in the world. And the strange thing is we didn't have a lot of time together back then. It was before internet, before cell phones. Um, you know, she was up visiting from another state. So we just didn't have much time together, but the connection was instantaneous and it was obvious. Um, and to this day, I remember it very vividly, in incredible detail. And I've always known, even since the age of 17, when I was just a dumb teenager, I knew that that girl was something special, and that's the person I was meant to spend my life with. As everybody knows, life, throws a bunch of curveballs at you. Things don't go the way you plan them to go. Um, and you never know, where you're going to end up. For some reason, I always had her in my mind. It never went away. I always just knew it was her. Um, and I'm happy to say that my intuition was correct because we just recently reconnected, and I am just speechless. So the fact that this is happening when I was choosing to make this video, it's not an accident, guys. Um, I don't know if you guys have picked up on my necklace here, bracelet that matches. You can't see it too well in the video, I imagine, but it's the symbol for Capricorn. That's what I am. Um, and over the past year, I have become a much more open-minded person to spirituality, um, to believing in karma, to believing in the universe. Um, the one phrase that always comes up for me is divine timing, which can honestly drive you nuts. But having given myself over to these ideas, and believing in them, look where I am now. The most amazing woman I've ever met is back. I can't stop smiling. I can't stop being happy. Um, but love, love is a very, very crazy thing. It is by far the most powerful force on this world. Um, and it can be phenomenally beautiful and pure magic, like I'm experiencing. It can also hurt, and it can also be misunderstood. Um, and, as much as it can lift us up to being our best, highest selves, it can also break us down to our lowest points where, it seems like hope is lost. But let me tell you guys, hope is never lost. Um, you know, faith and understanding and forgiveness, many times forgiving ourselves, are the things that can lead to true unconditional love. Now, a lot of people will say that, they've never experienced it, or they don't think they'll find it, or, um, you know, they're not lucky that way. And what I have to tell you is that's wrong. I'm sorry, guys, that's wrong. The power of positivity is real. The power of positive thought and positive affirmations is real. I am living proof of it in my own life. In the last year, being a Capricorn, if you look it up, you'll see, pessimistic, loner, a lot of things like that. And for a while in my life, that was true. It's not anymore. It, I rewired my brain. I made the conscious decision to stop being negative, to stop saying I can't, and to stop saying, you know, that's not my luck. Luck has nothing to do with anything, guys. It really doesn't. Your perception of the world, your perception of yourself, how you proceed, how you conduct yourself, those are the things that shape your life. You have the power to make positive things happen in your life, and you have the power to get the love that you want and that you believe and that you deserve. You know, it's not just for some, it's for everybody. But the people who are positive and who believe and who work to improve themselves, and like I always say, the people who know their value, know their worth, and respect themselves, those are the people that find it quicker. Um, I've been on both sides of love. Um, I mentioned before in one of my other videos, there was a girl that I had met a long time ago that, at the time I was in love with and I thought I was going to marry, but that wasn't what life had in store for me. And I got crushed badly. And I know that many of us have been there. I don't, I don't own the market on that one at all, but the devastation that I felt, it took me 2 years, guys, to dig out of that hole. Um, Part of that was my fault because I didn't know my value, my worth, and I didn't respect myself. I didn't even know that I didn't, which is crazy, but I was only in college at the time. What did I really know? Um, that experience taught me a lot, and it didn't really come to me until this last year. What I needed to learn, and I think I mentioned before, if I didn't, people say good karma, bad karma. There is just karma, okay? Karma comes to teach us lessons, and it's on us to understand what the lesson is, to look at ourselves in the mirror, um, to come to grips with what we need to learn and make the decision, are we going to learn it or are we not? If we make the decision to learn it, then things get better. That's your karma for learning your lesson, for doing the work. If you choose to ignore it and fight it and try to avoid it, then that's when the bad stuff happens. And that is because karma is still trying to teach you that lesson. And karma is a very cold-hearted, evil thing. Um, as a teacher, if you're too stubborn to see it, And like I said, there's no good or bad. I know I just said it was cold-hearted evil. I'm just making a joke. Um, but it's a teacher, and it will keep hitting you right across the face until you finally give in and accept that you need to learn the lesson. Um, that is true about love as well. Um, I've, without sounding arrogant or self-serving, that's not who I am. I have never received the love, the kind of love that I have given, with the exception of my soulmate that just came back into my life. She is the only woman who ever saw me for who I really was, and not only accepted me for it, but loved me for it. That feeling never left me. Um, and it's been quite a while. But love is that powerful that once you feel it and you recognize it and you experience it, it never leaves you. A lot of people are afraid to try and open themselves up to love again if they've been hurt. And I get that, guys. 100% do I get that. Um, like I said, it took me 2 years to even believe that I was good enough that anybody would want to love me again. Um, another trait about Capricorn, we don't, we're not that person that goes, relationship to relationship, person to person. We're just not. That's not what we are. In order for most Capricorns to enjoy being with a person and sharing intimacy with that person, we have to have that connection. That emotional, spiritual connection. It is so important. But once we have it, um, there's nothing we won't do for our person. Um, Nothing at all. Capricorns get a bad rap as being cold and heartless and all that stuff, but we're really not. Um, we are romantics, and you know we wear our hearts on our sleeve, and the people who we love, who show and give us love in return, you couldn't ask for a better person to be there for you than a Capricorn. And believe me, I'm not putting down any other signs. Every sign has their attribute, every sign has their weakness. And if you don't know, take a minute and read your particular zodiac sign. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at just how accurate they can be. But, I do these videos, and I try to keep them short. And there's so much that I don't get to say in them. So it's important, especially in this video. You might wonder why, I put love last in the four um, necessary things to have successful relationships, particularly romantic relationships. And it's because you cannot have any of the four without having all of the four. And they all tie in together. You can't truly love somebody if you don't respect them. You if you don't communicate with your person, then you know that leads to loyalty problems. And if you are not loyal, you certainly don't love your person, whatever illusion you may have, because true unconditional love is just that. It is unconditional. You need to communicate with your partner. You need to respect them and their boundaries. They need to respect you and your boundaries. They need to communicate with you. Loyalty, guys, these days, we all know that's in short supply. It actually makes me sad to see, the younger generations just not understanding the value of having your self-respect and not just, you know, hopping in bed with every person you meet. You know, when you understand what love is versus lust versus, attraction, um, and once you experience it, there's nothing better in the world. There really isn't. Um, you can tell somebody you love them, but if you don't respect them or you humiliate them or you make fun of them in front of people, break them down, you got work to do in yourself. You're not showing that person true love. And if that person does it to you, they're not giving you true love either. It's one of the gifts that I have yet to remember to share with you guys is that I have learned to see people as light and energy. And of all the amazing people that I have met over the last year, um, I've noticed their light. I've noticed their energy, whether I get a good vibe or a bad vibe. Um, there are a couple who I walk in the room and I see them, and it's like somebody dropped the sun in my lap. Their light is so bright. There are people that their energy is so crazy that I get jittery being around them and happy. Um, but of all the people that I have met, all the women that I have been involved with, none of them have ever seen me, accepted me, and loved me for who I am like this woman did. Um, and I believed, guys, I believed for a very, very long time um, that she and I would be back together one day and we would have our time. And I am very excited because that time is now. As I move forward with more videos, I'm going to keep talking about life lessons that I've learned, personal experiences. Um, I'm also going to incorporate some new things so you don't just have to stare at this blank wall behind me. Um, Intentionally, by the way, my first 4 videos, um, I wanted this background. I wanted you guys to see me, and I wanted you to hear my message more than being distracted by anything around me. Um, Additionally, if you guys noticed, I do my videos in one take. And if I screw up, I don't care because I told you guys before, perfection doesn't exist. And by doing my videos this way, you can see that I make mistakes too. I have flaws, I have strengths and weaknesses, and I'm not for everybody. But for the people who have been watching my videos, I am very thankful and grateful for you. And I honestly hope that you're getting something out of them because that's why I'm doing them. Like I said before, I finally know what I'm supposed to be doing, and helping people is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I love doing it. So if you do like my content, if it resonates with you, if you're getting anything out of it, please, leave a comment. Questions are welcome. Um, give a like, subscribe, help my channel grow, help me reach out and help more people. I'm grateful for all of you. And as always, know your value, know your worth, respect yourselves. I see you all for who you really are, and I love you for it. Thanks, guys, and I'll be talking to you again soon. And by the way, Merry Christmas. I'm not afraid to say that. I know so many people tried to cancel that, but you know what? They're missing the point of Merry Christmas. By saying Merry Christmas, you're not saying I'm Catholic, you don't matter. What you're saying is peace on earth, goodwill toward everyone. It's the spirit of Merry Christmas is peace and love. So let's remember that. Okay? Thanks, guys. Be good.